HELLOLINGO. Hello, Lingo! My name is Bradley Clarke. I'm 24 years old from Queens, New York, and as you can see by my shirt, I am inspired by game shows. So much so that since the age of 7, my dream has been to become a game show host. That's right, one day I want to be the one standing behind a podium, reading questions, giving out prizes, making a lot of contestants extremely happy as a game show host. However, right now, I want to be a game show contestant, and specifically a contestant on Lingo. One of the reasons why I want to be a contestant on Lingo is because Lingo is one of the shows that actually inspired me to become a game show host. Back in the first grade, I would go to a local ice cream shop every day after school, and they would actually play the Game Show Network on their television. And Lingo was one of the shows on in the afternoons at that time. And the first time I ever saw this show, I was hooked. And after watching numerous other game shows, I thought, wow, wouldn't it be great to become a game show host? And that's how my dream was formed. But Lingo was one of the shows that helped kickstart that dream. In fact, back in the first grade, I remember being so hooked on Lingo that during recess, I would take some chalk and play Lingo with my friends. I would draw the grids on the ground and have my friends act as contestants, and I would use real words and color in the boxes if the letters were correct, circle the boxes if the letters were in the word but out of position, and I just love this game so much. So to be a contestant on the show that helped plant the seed of me wanting to become a game show host would truly be a dream come true and a moment that I will never forget. There are two main reasons why I want to be a contestant on Lingo. The first of which is I've always loved word games, and if I'm going to be honest, I think I'm very good at word games. You know, there have been a lot of word-based game shows over the years, but what I love about Lingo is that it's a strategic word game. You know, sometimes it's not about guessing the word you think is right, but it's about guessing a word that might get you letters to ultimately solve the Lingo puzzle. And I think I've worked out a few strategies that I would love to implement as a contestant on the show. The second reason is I want to prove to my family and friends who have said that I'm a great game player that I actually am the great game player that I say I am. You know, on my couch when I'm watching games, I always say, I would do great on this show. And, you know, if I'm watching a game show with my friends, I get all the answers right. But under the pressure, under the lights, on a national TV stage, I want to prove that I am the great game player that I say I am, and I think that I've proven to myself. So between working out those strategies and proving that I am the great game player that I am, those are the two reasons why I want to be a contestant on Lingo and why I think you should pick me as a contestant on Lingo. The person who I have carefully selected to be my partner if I make it on Lingo is my friend Craig Silver. Craig and I have been friends for about 12 years, and now we're actually co-workers together as well. And Craig and I are two of the most competitive people you will ever meet. We compete against each other in paddleball, softball, volleyball, hockey, board games. You name it, we compete against each other in it. And what's great about Lingo is that we can actually combine our intelligent forces and work together as a team, which we don't get to that often playing sports or board games. And let me tell you, if we make it on the show, you will definitely see some words fly. And of course, I mean 5-letter words trying to solve each Lingo puzzle. But you will see two competitive people on that Lingo stage if you pick Craig and I to be your contestants. If I were to win a lot of money on Lingo, I would definitely use it to kickstart my dream of becoming a game show host. Sadly, New York City isn't the game show hub that it once was, so I would use the money to move out to Los Angeles and try to get work on as many game shows as I possibly can. Speaking of that, if being a contestant on Lingo isn't in the cards, I would love to work on Lingo. I could be a writer, I could be a production assistant, I could be the warm-up guy. So if it's a contestant on Lingo, that would be fantastic. But if not, if that's not what's meant to be, I would love to be a Lingo staffer. So choose me, Bradley Clarke, to either be a team member with Craig Silver as a contestant on Lingo or a team member on the Lingo staff. Either way, you will not R-E-G-R-E-T it. That's regret it, if you couldn't spell that out. But I'm sure you do because you work on a word-based game show. See you soon!